And now, 8 O'Clock Theater proudly presents Andrew Lloyd Webber's Sunset Boulevard.
I guess it was 5 a.m. A homicide had been reported from one of those crazy mansions up on Sunset. Tomorrow, every front page is going to lead with the story. You see, an all-time movie star is involved. Maybe the biggest star of all. But before you read about it, before it gets distorted by all those Hollywood piranhas, if you want to know the real facts, you've come to the right party. Let me take you back 6 months. I was at the bottom of the barrel. I had a contract down at Fox, but I'd fallen foul of Darryl. Now I had a date at Paramount, along with about 1,000 other writers. If it didn't come up roses, I'd be covering funerals. Back in Dayton, Ohio, I'd hidden my car 3 blocks away. Turned out to be a smart move.
I'm shooting a western down at Fox.
How can you work with Darryl?
We should talk.
Gotta run, let's have lunch.
Hi, Mr. Gillis.
You look great.
I'm up for an audition.
Sheldrake is driving me insane.
Don't forget me when you're casting.
We should talk.
Gotta run, let's have lunch.
Morning, Joanna.
Hi there, Myron. Who are you meeting?
You look great.
Sheldrake, but do I need
I've
it?
spent the last month basking in my
I'm
second
shooting a
draft.
western down at
I'd
Fox.
really love to
Don't
read
forget
it.
me when you're casting. We should talk.
We should talk.
Gotta run.
Let's have lunch.
I have an appointment to see Mr. Sheldrake. Your name? Gillis, Joseph Gillis.
We want the key to your car. You're way behind on the payment. Don't give us any fancy footwork. Give us the keys.
I only wish I could help. I loaned it to my accountant. He has an important client down in Palm Springs. Felt like shooting the breeze.
Are you telling us you walked here?
I believe in self-denial. I'm in training for the priesthood.
Okay, wise guy, $300. Or we're taking the car. We have a court order.
Oh, I love it when you talk dirty. Is that you, Sammy?
How do you like my arrow?
How come you get such lousy breaks?
One learns to grin and bear 'em.
This is the biggest film ever
Why
made.
you playing?
Temple Virgin and maiden to Delilah.
Let's have lunch, gotta run. You've got to find me a job. I'm way behind with my payments. I thought you were meant to be my agent. I need some work.
I only wish I could help. This town is dead at the moment. There's been a slowdown in production.
Who is this jerk?
He's my wonderkin from Broadway. Every major studio wants him. Playing one against the other.
What I need is $300.
What you need is a new agent.
Hello, Artie.
Show you bastard.
You never call me anymore.
Found a cuter dancing partner. How are things?
Not so great.
Will this help? $20.
Thanks, you're a pal.
Good morning, Mr. DeMille. Good morning, Mr. DeMille. Good morning, Mr. DeMille. Hi, Mr. DeMille.
This is Sheldrake. Bring some water. Give me that shithead Nolan. Nolan, sweetheart, great to talk. This draft is so much brighter. You're the best, even so. I've hired another writer.
Mr. Gillis.
Joe, what the fuck brings you here?
You wanted to see me.
I did? What about?
Bases loaded. It's a baseball story.
So, bitch.
It's about this rookie shortstop batting .347. The kid was once mixed up in a holdup, but now he's trying to go straight.
Wait a minute. I have read something about this. Somebody bring me whatever we got on
Bases loaded.
Bases loaded.
They're pretty hot for it over at 20th.
Good.
But can you see Ty Power as a shortstop?
Let's have lunch. Here's that bases loaded material you asked for, Mr. Sheldrake. I wrote a 2-page synopsis for you, but don't bother to read it.
Why not?
It's just a rehash of something that wasn't very good to begin with.
Me, Mr. Gillis. He wrote it.
We should talk.
This is Miss Craig.
Schaefer, Betty Schaefer. And right now I'd like to crawl into a hole and pull it in after me.
If I could be of any help.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gillis. I couldn't see the point of it.
Well, what sort of material would you suggest? James Joyce? Dostoevsky?
I think pictures should at least try to say something.
Oh, I see. You're one of those message kids. I'd expect you to turn down Gone with the Wind.
No, that was me.
Gotta run. And I guess I was disappointed. I've read some of your other work, and I thought you had some real talent.
Yeah, well, that was last year. This year I felt like eating.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Gillis.
Thank you, Miss Kramer.
Schaefer.
Well, looks like Xanax got himself a baseball picture.
talk all around. Let's have lunch.
You've got to give me some work. I'll take whatever's on offer. There must be some shit that needs a rewrite. Throw it my way.
I only wish I could help. There's no spare shit at the moment. Remember the greatest writers, starving garrets, didn't care about pay.
Are you trying to be funny?
I believe in self-denial. Gives a man some moral backbone.
Can you loan me $300?
Sorry, Gillis. Goodbye.
Oh, I just love Hollywood.
Morning, Joanna. How are you?
Let's have lunch. I'm ready because we should. This is the biggest mess ever made. We should talk.
It's still there, right between my shoulder blades.
I read one of your stories. Wasn't it Scribner's? Some magazine. Titled something with windows.
It was blind windows, if that's what you mean.
That's right. I really liked it.
I'm all warm and runny inside.
Let me pitch it to Sheldrake.
I may be broke, but I still have my pride.
Come on, get off your high horse. Writers with pride don't live in LA. Silence, exile, and cunning, those are the only cards you can play.
Sheldrake won't buy this story. He likes trash with fairy lights. Jesus, think of the effort trying to get him to heighten his sights.
Every movie's a circus. Can't we discuss this Schwab's Thursday night?
What for? Nothing will happen. I've got to go now. Fight the good fight.
What's the rush?
See those gorillas?
Yes, what about them?
Do me a terrific favor. Keep them amused while I escape.
If you're at Schwab's on Thursday.
Done. Those guys are after my car. If that happens in this town, it's like having my legs cut off.
Let's duck into the soundstage.
Come on, Gillis, give us the keys.
Please be quiet. Mr. DeMille is shooting over there.
So what?
He's working on Samson and Delilah. They're doing a red-hot scene with Hedy Lamarr. You want to stay and watch?
No.
We've got 5 minutes. Come on.
Get back here!
What a lovely sight. At the end of the driveway, a great big empty garage. Huh. That thing must burn 10 gallons to the mile. Christ, where am I? I had landed in the garden of some palazzo, like an abandoned movie set.
You there! Why are you so late?
This way,
Look, buddy, I can explain. I just...
and wipe your feet.
Max, tell him to wait.
You heard. If you need my help with the coffin, call me.
Hey. Hey, buddy, wait a minute.
Any laws against burying him in the garden?
I wouldn't know.
I don't care anyway. No more wars to fight, white flags fly tonight. You are out of danger now. Battlefield is still, world apart, peace all I hear. Peace can only come when you surrender. Hear the tracers fly, lighting up the sky. But I'll fight on to the end. Let them send their armies, I will never bend. I won't see you now till I surrender. I'll see you again when I surrender. Now don't you give me a fancy price just because I'm rich.
Look, lady, you got the wrong man. I had trouble with my car. I just pulled into your driveway.
Get out.
All right. I'm sorry you lost your friend.
Get out of here!
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Or shall I call my servant?
Aren't you Norma Desmond? You used to be in pictures. You used to be big.
I am big. It's the pictures that got small. Once upon a time, not long ago, the head of any studio knew how and when to play his aces. Now they put on talent lesser known beneath the sacred microphone. We didn't need words, we had faces. Yes, they took all the idols and smashed them. The Fairbanks, the Gilberts, the Valentinos. They trampled on what was divine. They threw away the gold of silence when all they needed was this face of mine.
Don't blame me, lady. I'm just a writer.
With one look, I can break your heart. With one look, I play every part. I can make your sad heart sing. With one look, you'll know all you need to know. With one smile, I'm the girl next door. For the love that you've hungered for. When I speak, it's with my soul. I can play any role. No words can tell the stories my eyes tell. Watch me when I frown. You can write that down. You know I'm right. It's there in black and white. When I look your way, you'll hear what I say. Yes, with one look, I put words to shame. Just one look sets the screen aflame. Silent music starts to play. One tear in my eye makes the whole world cry. With one look, they'll forgive the past. They'll rejoice I've returned at last to my people in the dark. the dark. Silent music starts to play. With one look you'll know all you need to know. With one look I'll ignite a blaze. I'll return to my glory days. Lancelot's back at last. This time I'm staying for good. I'll be back where I was born to be. With one look, I'll be no go.
Next time I'll bring my autograph book. Or maybe a block of cement to get your footprint.
Just a minute, you. Did you say you were a writer?
That's what it says on my guild card.
And you've written pictures?
Sure have. Would you like to see my credits?
Come over here, I want to ask you something. What sort of length is a movie script these days?
That depends.
I wrote this. It's a very important picture.
Looks like 6 very important pictures.
It's for DeMille to direct.
Oh yeah? And will you be in it?
Of course, what do you think?
Just asking. Didn't know you were planning a comeback.
I hate that word. It's a return.
Well, fair enough.
I want you to read it.
You shouldn't let Ryder read your stuff. He's liable to steal it.
I'm not afraid. Sit down. Max,
Yes, madame.
bring something to drink. I said, sit down. It's about Salome. Salome. The story of a woman. The woman who was all women. Salome, what a woman, what a part! Innocent body and a sinful heart, inflaming Herod's lust. But secretly loving a holy man, no one can play her like I can.
Well, I had nothing urgent coming up. I thought I might as well skim it. It's fun to see how bad writing can be. This promise to go to the limit.
There's so great many great scenes I can't wait. A boiling cauldron of love and hate. She toys with Herod till he's patty in her hands. He reels tormented through the desert sands.
It sure was a real cheery setup. The wind wheezing through an organ. Max shuffling around and the dead ape dumped on a shelf. And her staring like a gorgon.
They drag the Baptist up from the jails. She dances the dance of the 7 miles. Herod says I'll give you anything.
Now it was time for some comedy relief. The guy with the baby casket must have seen her finger to that chimp. Shame it was too late to ask it.
Have you got to the scene where she asked for his head? If she can't have him living, she'll take him dead. They bring his head on a silver tray. She kisses his mouth It's a great screenplay.
It got to be 11, I was feeling ill. What the hell was I doing? Melodrama and sweet champagne, and a garbled plot from a scrambled brain. But I had my own plot brewing. Just how old is Salome?
16.
I see.
Well,
It's, fascinating.
of course it is.
Could be it's a little long. Maybe the opening's wrong, but it's extremely good for a beginner.
No, it's a perfect start. I wrote that with my heart. The riverbank, the Baptist, and the sinner.
Shouldn't there be some dialogue?
I can say anything I want with my eyes.
It could use a few cuts.
I will not have it butchered.
I'm not talking limb from limb. I just mean a little trim. All you need is someone who can edit.
I want someone with a knack, not just any studio hack. And don't think for a moment I'd share credit. When were you born?
December 21st, why?
I like Sagittarians. You can trust them.
Thanks.
I want you to do this work.
Me? Gee, I don't know, I'm kind of busy. I just finished one script and I'm about to start a new assignment.
I don't care.
Well, I'm pretty expensive. I get $500 a week.
Don't you worry about the money. I'll make it worth your while.
Well, it's getting kind of late.
Are you married, mister?
The name is Gillis, single.
Where do you live?
Hollywood, El Toledo Apartments.
You'll stay here.
I'll come back early tomorrow.
Nonsense. There's a room over the garage. Max will take you there. Max,
Yes, madame.
take Mr. Gillis to the guest room. We'll begin at 9 sharp.
Wow. This is more like it.
I made up the bed this afternoon.
Thanks. But how did you know I was gonna stay?
There's soap and a toothbrush in the bathroom.
She's quite a character, isn't she, that Norma Desmond?
Once you won't remember. If you said Hollywood, hers was the face you'd think of. Her face on every billboard. In just a single week, she'd get 10,000 letters. Men would offer fortunes for a bloom from her corsage or a few strands from her hair. Today, she's half forgotten. But it's the pictures that got small. She is the greatest star of all. Then you can't imagine how fans would sacrifice themselves to touch her shadow. There was a Maharaja who hanged himself with one of her discarded stockings.
She's immortal, caught inside that flickering light beam is a youth which cannot fade. Madame's a living legend. I've seen so many idols fall. She is the greatest star of all.
When he'd gone, I stood looking out the window for a while. There was a ghost of a tennis court with faded markings and a sagging net. There was an empty pool where Clara Bow and Fatty Arbuckle must have swum 10,000 midnights ago. And there was something else. The chimp's last rites. As if she were laying a child to rest. Was her life really as empty as that?
Every movie's a circus on the wire without a net.
Coffee! I'm up too early, shooting at 7. I gotta go.
Movies.
What's wrong?
Can't get a screen test. Don't you hate it when a yes man says no?
Movies.
Good part.
I'm a policeman. Hands up, punk, that's all I say. First time you've worked on the lot there.
I must say your tales are okay.
Movies.
Then what?
He pressed a button, out of the wall fell a 4-poster bed.
Movies.
Busy.
They shot my screenplay.
Isn't that great?
No, they shot the thing dead.
Every movie's a circus on the wire without a net.
Lonely.
That's how I like it.
Can't you be nice?
Why? We're not on the set.
Movies.
Hey, Joe! What are you slumming
Here for a meeting.
this time of night?
Movies.
It's some studio smartass. You know I'm famous for being polite.
Movies.
Guess what? I'm getting married.
Congratulations!
She'll be right back.
Movies.
Fact is, we were just leaving. She's been stood up by some uppity hack.
Movies.
Married. Who would have thought it? Why don't you look happy? Come on, be brave.
Movies.
It's this movie I'm shooting.
You first assist?
No, more like a slave.
Every movie's a circus.
But this is a circus movie as well.
Movies.
Problems, nothing but problems. Animals, actors, two kinds of hell.
Every movie's a circus on the wire without a net.
Well, hello, Mr. Gillis.
You two have met,
I'm the uppity hack.
and she's the studio smartass.
What's going on?
Are you? You're calling your back.
I just reread Blind Windows. It needs some real reworking, of course. If we fixed up the opening.
Call up the wrangler and pay off the horse.
Girl meets boy. That's a safe beginning.
It's nearly closing. I thought you weren't going to show.
So did I. Felt it might be kinder.
What are you saying?
Come on, Miss Schaefer, you know. Every time I see some young kid dreaming they'll produce a masterpiece, I just want to throw them on the next train home.
Never thought you'd be so condescending.
Sorry, Miss Schaefer, I didn't come here to fight.
Girl meets boy, if that's how you want it. She's a young teacher, he's a reporter. It's hate at first sight.
It won't sell. These days they want glamour. Fabulous heiress meets handsome Hollywood heel. Problem is, she thinks he's a burglar. Would you believe it? A wedding in the last reel.
It doesn't have to be so mindless. You should write from your experience. Give us something really moving, something true.
Who wants true? Who the hell wants moving? Moving means starving, and true means holes in your shoes.
No, you're wrong. They still make good pictures. Stick to your story. It's a good story.
Okay, Miss Schaefer, I give it to you.
What do you mean?
Just what I said. I've given up writing myself, so you write it.
I'm not good enough to do it on my own. I thought we could write it together.
Can't, I'm all tied up.
Well, couldn't we work evenings or 6 o'clock in the morning? I'll come to your
Betty,
place.
it can't be done. It's out. We can keep in touch through Artie. This way, if you get stuck, at least we can talk. Write this down. I'll give you some ground rules. Plenty of conflict, but nice guys don't break the law. Girl meets boy, gives herself completely. And though she loves him, she keeps
one foot on the floor. No one dies except the best friend. No one ever mentions communists. No one takes a black friend to a restaurant.
Very good. Nothing I can teach you. We could have had fun fighting the studio.
Yes, Mr. Gillis, that's just what I want.
What a nightmare, good to see you come to my New Year's party.
Last year it got out of hand.
Guaranteed bad behavior.
I'll see you then.
Don't give up, you're too good.
Thanks.
Where have you been?
Out. I assume I can go out when I feel like it?
Madame is quite agitated. Earlier this evening, she wanted you for something you could not be found.
Well, that's tough.
I don't think you understand, Mr. Gillis. Madame is extremely fragile. She has moments of melancholy and there have been suicide attempts.
Why? Because of her career? She's done well enough. Look at all of the fan mail she gets every day.
I wouldn't look too closely at the postmarks if I were you.
You mean you write them?
Will you be requiring some supper this evening, sir?
No. Oh, and Max?
Yes, sir.
Who the hell do you think you are bringing my stuff up from my apartment without consulting me? I have a life of my own. And now you're telling me I'm supposed to be a prisoner here.
I think, sir, perhaps you'll have to make up your mind to abide by the rules of this house. That is, if you want this job.
I started work on the script. I hacked my way through the thicket. A maze of fragmented ramblings by some soul in limbo. She hovered there like a hawk, afraid I'd damage her baby.
What's that?
I thought we might cut away from the slave market.
Cut away from me.
Norma, they don't want you in every scene.
Of course they do. What else would they have come for? Put it back.
I made my first big mistake. I put my foot in the quicksand. This wouldn't be a few days, paste and scissors. This would take weeks. The house was always so quiet. Just me and Max and that organ. No one phoned, and nobody ever came. And there was only one kind of entertainment on hand. Max, what's on this evening? I hope it's not one of her weepy melodramas.
We'll be showing one of Madame's enduring classics, The Ordeal of Chonavak.
Oh, God. We saw that last week.
A masterpiece can never pall. She is the greatest star of all.
This was dawn. There were no rules. We were so young. Movies were born. So many songs yet to be sung. So many roads still unexplored. We gave the world new ways to dream. Somehow we found new ways to dream. Joan of Arc, look at my face, isn't it strong? There in the dark, upon the screen, where I belong, we'll show them all. Nothing has changed. We'll give the world new ways to dream. Everyone needs new ways to dream.
I didn't argue. Why hurt her? You don't yell at a sleepwalker, or she could fall and break her neck. She smelled of faded roses. It made me sad to watch her as she relived her glory. Poor Norma, so happy, lost in her silver heaven.
Nothing has changed. We'll give the world new ways to dream. Everyone needs new ways to dream.
December, the rains came. One great big package, oversized like everything in California. And it came right through the roof of my room over the garage. So, she had me moved into the main house, into what Max called the room of the husbands. On a clear day, theory was you could see Catalina. And little by little, I worked through to the end of the script, at which point I might have left, except the two boys from the finance company, they traced my car and had it towed away. And I had yet to see $1 of cash money since I arrived.
Today's the day!
What do you mean?
Max is going to deliver the script to Paramount.
You're really gonna give it to DeMille?
I just spoke with my astrologer. She read DeMille's horoscope. She's read mine.
Did she read the script?
DeMille is a Leo, I'm a Scorpio, Mars is transiting Jupiter, and today is the day of the closest conjunction.
Well, that makes it all right then.
Max.
Yes, madame.
Make sure this goes to Mr. DeMille in person.
Well,
Great day.
sure has been interesting.
Yes, hasn't it?
I want to thank you for trusting me with your baby.
No, not at all. It's I who should thank you.
Will you call me as soon as you hear any news?
Call? Where?
My apartment.
You couldn't possibly think of leaving now, Joe.
Well, Norma, the script is finished.
No, Joe. It's just the beginning. It's a first draft. I couldn't dream of letting you go. I need your support.
Well, I just can't
You'll
stay
see your
here.
full salary, of course.
Oh, Norma, it's not
this
the
is
money.
the first draft, and we've just got started on it. You
All right.
can't help me.
All right. Of course, I'll stay until we get some kind of news from Paramount.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
So, Max wheeled out that foreign bus, brushed the leopard skin upholstery. He trundled along to Paramount to hand Cecil B. our hopeless opus. My work was over, I was feeling no pain, locked up like John the Baptist.
Hurry up, the birthday boy is on his way. This is a surprise celebration. I hope you've remembered everything I've said. I want to see a total transformation.
What's all this?
Happy birthday, darling. Did you think we'd forgotten?
Well, I don't know.
These people are from the finest men's shop in town. I have them close it down for the day.
Norma, listen to me.
I'll
can't-
leave you boys to it.
Happy birthday, welcome to your shopathon.
What's going on?
Help yourself, it's all been taken care of. Anyone who's anyone is dressed by me.
Well, golly gee.
Pick out anything you'd like a pair of. You just point, I'll do the rest. I brought nothing but the best. You're a very lucky writer, come along, now get undressed. Unless I'm much mistaken, that's a 42-inch chest.
I don't understand a word you're saying.
Well, all you need to know is the lady's paying. It's nice to get your just rewards this time of year.
Get out of here.
And all my merchandise is strictly kosher. Once you've thrown away all your old worn-out stuff,
Hey, that's enough.
perhaps you'd like to model for my brochure. I have just the thing for you: chalk-striped suits and black or blue, black trousers and
Bathing shorts for Malibu. Here's a pat, another lace up. It's a virtuoso shoe.
a December beautifully marvelous coat made of vicuna.
You know what you can do with your vicuna.
Come on, Joe, you haven't even started yet.
You wanna bet?
I thought by now you'd look the height of fashion. He always takes forever making up his mind. Don't be unkind. I thought you writers knew about compassion. I love flan, oh my man.
This will complement his tan.
We'll take 2 of these and 4 of those.
I'm still your greatest fan. Very soon now, we'll have stopped him looking like an also ran.
You're going to make me sorry that I'm staying.
Well, all right, I'll choose after all I'm paying.
Evening clothes.
I want to see your most deluxe.
Won't wear a tux.
Of course not, dear. Tuxedos are for waiters.
What we need are tails, a white tie, and top hat.
I can't wear that.
Joe's second-rate clothes are for second-raters.
Norma, please.
Shut up, I'm rich, not some platinum blonde bitch. I have so many apartments, I've forgotten which one's which.
I don't have to go to premieres. I'm never on display. You seem to forget that I'm a writer. Who cares what you wear when you're a writer?
I care, Joe, and please don't be so mean to me.
Okay, all right.
You can't come to my party in that filling station ship.
I've been invited somewhere else on New Year's Eve.
Where?
Artie Green, he's an old friend of mine.
I can't do without you, Joe, I need you. I've sent out every single invitation.
All right, Norma, I give in.
Of course you do. And when they've dressed, you will cause a sensation.
We quit the chosen few of movie land, the latest cut. We dress every movie star and crooner, from the shiny dark hats to their hat band. Conceal your gut, you won't regret selecting the vicuna. If you need a hand to shake, if there's a girl you want to make, if there's a soul you're about to capture, or a heart you want to break, if you want the world to love you, you'll have to learn to take and gracefully accept the role you're playing. You will earn every cent the lady's paying, so why not have it all? Now that didn't hurt, did it? The lady's paying.
Max, you've pulled the stops out. It looks like gala night aboard SS Titanic. Will we be playing Spot the Actor? As if we're visiting a gallery of waxworks.
Would you rather I mix for you a dry martini, or shall I open the champagne?
Max, don't be evasive. Who's she invited to the ball?
Madame herself made every call.
Here, Happy New Year.
Norma, I can't take
Shut
this.
up, open it. Read what it says.
Mad about the boy.
Yes, and you do look absolutely divine.
Thank you.
I had these tiles put in, you know, because Valentino said it takes tiles to tango. Come
no, not on the same floor as Valentino.
Don't lean back like that.
But Nora, it's that thing, it tickles.
Oh. Ring out the old, ring in the new, a midnight wish to share with you. Your lips are warm, my head is light. Were we alive before tonight? I don't need a crowded ballroom. Everything I want is here. If you're with me, next year will be the perfect year.
Before we play some dangerous game, before we fan some harmless flame, we have to ask if this is wise, and if the game is worth the prize. With this wine and with this music, how can anything be clear? Let's wait and see, this may just be the perfect year.
It's New Year's Eve and hopes are high. Dance 1 year in, kiss one goodbye. Another chance, another start. So many dreams to tease the heart. We don't need a crowded ballroom. Everything we want is here. And face to face, we will embrace the perfect year. We don't need a crowded ballroom. Everything we want is here. And face to face, we will embrace the perfect year.
What time are they all arriving?
Who?
The other guests.
There are no other guests. Just you and me. I'm in love with you. Surely you know that. We'll have a wonderful time next year. I'll have the pool filled for you. I'll open my house in Malibu and you can have the whole ocean. I have enough money to buy us anything we want.
Cut out that us business.
What's the matter with you?
What right do you have to take me for granted?
What right? You want me to tell you?
Norma, what I'm trying to say is, I'm the wrong man for you. You deserve a big shot. Someone with polo ponies. A Valentino.
What you're trying to say is you don't want me to love you. Say it. Say it!
Max, get me a taxi. I had to get out. I needed to be with people my own age, to hear the sound of laughter and mix with hungry actors, underemployed composers, nicotined poisoned writers, real people, real problems, having a really good time.
Welcome, come on in. Thanks for coming. Gillis, we've given you up. Here, let me take your coat. Jesus, Joe, what is this made of mink? And who'd you borrow that from, Adolphe Manjou?
Close, but no cigar. Pretty good turnout.
I invited all the kids doing walk-ons in Samson and Delilah.
Where have you been hiding? I called your apartment, I called your ex-agent. I was about to call the Bureau of Missing Persons.
Well, they always know where to find you.
Gotta say your New Year's resolutions out loud. Gee.
By this time next year, I'll have landed a juicy part.
1950 will be my star. No more carrying spears.
I'll be discovered. My life won't ever be the same. Billy Wilder will know my name. And he'll call all the time.
Tell me, can one of you guys let her? I died.
Just an apartment with no roaches and no dry rot.
Where the hot water comes out hot. That's my Hollywood dream.
Your resolution
Is to write something that gets shot with approximately the plot I first had in my head.
But you'll be rewritten even after you're dead.
It's in here to begin a new life by a place somewhere quiet, somewhere pretty. When you have a young kid and a wife, then you need somewhere green, far from the city. It's a rambling old house with a big apple tree, with a swing for the kid and a hammock for me.
Behold my children, it is I, Cecil B. DeMille. Meeting me must be quite a thrill,
But there's no need to kneel.
I guarantee you, every girl in my chorus line is a genuine Philistine.
They don't come off the shelf.
I flew everyone in from Philistia myself.
Don't let go.
I gave Sheldrake an outline, Joe, and he swallowed the babes.
Well, hallelujah.
While you've been buying Vicuna coats, I've been making a lot of notes. Now there's work we should do.
Betty, you're forgetting that I gave it to you. You remind me of me long ago off the bus, full of ignorant ambition. Thought I'd waltz into some studio and achieve overnight recognition. I've seen too many optimists sinking like stones, felt them suck all the marrow clean out of my bones.
I love blind windows, but I can't write it on my own. Can't we speak on the telephone? All my evenings are free.
just a minute. I'm the fellow who bought the ring.
Artie, this is a business thing. It's important to me. You'll be on location in Clinch, Tennessee. Please make this your New Year resolution for me.
By this time next year, I will get my foot in the door. Next year I know I'm gonna score an amazing success. Come to the moment when they open the envelope. Pass the statuette to my home, and it's my new year. We'll be down on our knees, outside growling Chinese. Conference there on the streets, immortality's meet. This time next year, this time next year, we'll have nothing to fear. Contracts all signed, 3-picture deal. Yellow brick road career. Hope we're not still saying these things this time next year.
You know, I think I will be available in the new year. As a matter of fact, I'm available right now. Artie, where's your phone?
On the bar.
Hey, Artie. You think you can put me up for a couple of weeks?
Just so happens we have a vacancy on the couch.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Max, it's Mr. Gillis. I need you to do me a favor.
I'm sorry, I cannot talk
Go
to you now,
upstairs
Mr.
and get my
Gillis.
old suitcase and pack my
I am
bag.
sorry, but I am attending to Madame.
What do you mean?
Madame found the racer in your room, and she's cut her wrists.
2, 1, Happy New Year! Should all the great deaths be forgot and never brought to light? Should all the great deaths be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne.
Go away.
What sort of silly thing was that to do?
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Attractive headline. Great star kills herself for unknown writer.
Great stars have great pride. You must have some girl. Why don't you go to her?
Norma, I never meant to hurt you. You've been good to me. You're the only person in this stinking town that's ever been good to me.
Well, then why don't you say thank you? And go. Go! Go!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, darling.